This is a big house. It's 15,000 square feet, and it's on a very big property, 5 acres of tall oak trees. When you're in your house, you really want to take advantage of the site, and this one really does that. It's a curve, so that every room has a different view out into the trees, and you can see it basks in the sun, and we're going to talk about that soon. Now where I'm standing is lawn, but just outside the lawn, the house really is surrounded by thick woods. And the outdoors follows you in, not only because there are these very tall walls of glass, both here in the sitting room and in the dining room that flank the front entry, but in both rooms there's also a row of indoor plantings to continue that right inside. You have further suggestions of the outdoors. In the dining room, there's a nice fluid wall of etched glass that suggests water, and then here in the sitting room, you actually have water in the waterfall. Now the house is finished in a very contemporary way, but you can see these finishes as an abstraction on the natural setting we've been talking about. You have all these columns that pick up the big tree trunks outside. You have extensive use of wood and stone in the finishes, natural materials, in the other rooms, as well as here in this very large living room that has a high ceiling, walls of windows so that you're taken right out into your site. That was kind of the point in the mid-1930s when George Fred Keck designed the original part of this house, was to get you out into your natural site. You can see in this bedroom here on the first floor, I've got the woods all around me, windows all around me, and this nice curve of windows on the south side of the house. It's not just because it's a really pretty view out over that knoll, it's also because Keck was an early pioneer of passive solar design. So what he did is, you can see there's a big overhang outside this window. Right now the sun is coming in the fall, and in the winter it will come in even farther when the sun is lower. But in the summer, the sun would have sat up above the house and not warmed up the space. This again was a summer house. It was on 30 acres. The lot has gotten smaller, it's 5 now, and the house has gotten bigger. There was a floor added. Now when those additions were made in the mid-1990s, that idea of staying connected with the outside was maintained or even enhanced, because you have these new 2-story walls of glass we've already seen and this atrium-like feeling outside the master bedroom. And then when you get into the master, you've got a very large space with nature just on the other side. It's a very long room. It's bedroom, sitting room, office, master bath, and another sitting room. But they're all partial walls so that your focus is really out those windows to your beautiful setting outside. And you don't even have to lose that connection to your setting when you're taking a bath or a shower. Here in the master suite, the house is so slender that whether you're in the shower across the room from me or in the tub here, you can be looking out at all your trees beyond this river of glass. Now I'm told that I'm here just about a week and a half too late to see the colors of the fall foliage light up the inside of the house. That's something that changes, of course, throughout the year. The sellers tell me that it's not only the movement of the sun, as Keck set the house up to do, but the change of the seasons changes the inside of the house. You have all this glass, you have all these white walls, so in the summer, for instance, when the sun is very high, it's going to be very cool and serene in here, but in fall you'd get all those bright colors. And in winter, sometime very soon, when you get your first big snowfall, because there's so little delineation between indoors and out, it's going to feel like you're in your own snow palace.